With an ignition switch, we normally think that to the left would be the accessory position. But with these old C10s, 60 through 66, it's not the case. So in the center section, you pull the key out, and even with the screwdriver, you could start the car and all that. But if you move to the left and pull the key out, that's not the accessory position, that's the lock position, and you can no longer turn it. And I think this style ignition is the kind that used to have the little protrusions out where you, in the middle position, you could pull the key out and actually not need a screwdriver, but just with those little handles turn it. In any case, we'd really like to have an accessory position so we can listen to the radio, when we're parked waiting for somebody and not have to have the engine run and so on. So, doing a little exploring on Google, and I found a forum, and the 1961 through 63 Impala ignition switch is supposed to do that. Have an accessory on the left as opposed to the lock, and the same locking tumbler is supposed to fit right in, and the harness is supposed to be the same. So we're going to try that. So I searched Summit Racing for an ignition switch to fit a 1962 Chevy Impala, and this is what I found. And when I checked the fit, sure enough, the switch fits 61 through 63 Chevy Impala. But interestingly enough, it also fits my 1965 Chevy C10. As you see here, it actually fits a wider range, which gives me a lot of hope that the harness is going to fit, as well as the locking tumbler. So while the harness connector did fit right up to the Impala ignition switch, when I first turned it to accessory, the radio did not come on. What happened is the radio installer for this aftermarket radio basically put the power wire over onto the ignition wire. That basically goes on only while it's running. So as you can see here, I had to take that wire off of the ignition wire and piggyback it onto the accessory cable, and now it works just fine. So the auxiliary wire is only 24 gauge, which is pretty small, so we'd like to replace that little portion till it meets the radio wire. In order to do that, we got to get the little clip out. I think you can see right here, there's a little notch above the clip. That's where you put a screwdriver in to knock down the little retaining pin that keeps it from coming out as you insert the connector. And we're going to do that and then pull it out, and I'll show you what it looks like when we get it out. Side, there's a little prong that sticks out and catches so you can't pull it back out, and you have to push that down with the screwdriver in order to get it out. So here's a fresh one. This is a GM connector, and to be honest, I've had these around forever. I don't know where I got it from, but you can see that little prong on the back that sticks up, so you push it in, and then there's a little ledge that catches it, keeps it from coming back out. I'm pretty sure these connectors are called Series 56 connectors, and are readily available. So anyways, we're going to put two wires in there, the one that was originally there, and then the thicker wire going over to the radio. So here we can see I got the new one on with both the thin 24 gauge wire and a bigger wire. I'm think this might be 14 gauge, which is a little bit bigger than what's required going over to the radio. And it's all crimped down nice. And if you look on the back side, there's that little prong sticking up. I don't know if you can make that out or not. Hopefully you can. And that prong has to be up when we put it in this slot, and as it will do right now. Okay, we got that prong in there. It's nice and snug. 2 wires. You should be good to go. All right, well, I got the new ignition switch from Summit, and it works as advertised. So that's just off. That's lock off. And one more slot to the left, and that's auxiliary. See the radio coming on?
Especially young people has changed.
Lock off. And radio also goes on while the car's running.
Anything like that in terms of what these restaurants meet.
So again, this is just off. Key comes out, and you put the screwdriver in. You can still operate it. You can't go to the left to the lock, but you can go and you can start it. With the key in, you can go to lock position, and again, that locks it solid. You might ask, well, that's just crazy because you can't really do it without a screwdriver anyhow. But it turns out the tumbler with the protrusions that act like a little handle are exactly the same as this one that's flat. So if you wanted to, you could just get the tumbler with the little handles on it, and then you'd be able to just turn it without the key in it. All right, here you can see the key and tumbler with the flat style that was prevalent in the trucks, and which in fact is the style that I have in my truck. And then here you can see the same tumbler with the handles on the outside, so you could actually operate the car without the key. So we're going to stick with the flat style key lock. We're happy with that, and we're really happy that our ignition switch now has an accessory position. And yeah, another successful project. Until next time, I'll be seeing you.